Think you know history? Think again. What if I told you that a single photograph could rewrite history? Welcome to Timeless Frames, where we uncover the hidden stories behind the most astonishing historical photographs. Stay with us as we take you on a journey that will leave you speechless. A bustling New York street in the 1900s. Our journey begins in the heart of New York City, circa 1900. This bustling street scene captures a moment in time when the city was on the brink of transformation. Notice the mix of horse-drawn carriages and early automobiles, symbolizing the dawn of a new era. People from all walks of life can be seen, their expressions a mix of determination and curiosity. This photo isn't just a snapshot, it's a portal into a world where innovation and tradition collide. This photo also captures the early stages of the Great Migration, where people from rural areas and immigrants from around the world flocked to New York City seeking better opportunities. The diversity of faces in the crowd speaks to the melting pot that New York was becoming. Behind every face is a story of hope, of struggle, of the relentless pursuit of the American dream. A Victorian-era family portrait. Next, we step into the parlor of a Victorian family. At first glance, it's a typical family portrait, but look closer. The rigid poses and solemn expressions tell a story of societal expectations and the importance of status during this period. This photo is a window into the values and struggles of the Victorian age, where appearances were everything. Notice the father's stern gaze and formal suit, symbolizing his role as the family patriarch. Beside him, the mother is dressed in an ornate gown, her hair styled in the latest fashion, reflecting her role as the keeper of the home and social facilitator. The children, impeccably dressed, are positioned in a way that underscores their roles and future expectations. The boys are likely to follow in their father's footsteps, while the girls, often adorned in frills and lace, are groomed for roles centered around domesticity and social graces. Construction of the Eiffel Tower, 1888. Imagine Paris in 1888, a city in the throes of transformation. Here we see the Eiffel Tower rising from the Champ de Mars. Its skeletal structure is a proof of human creativity. At this moment, it's hard to believe that this towering iron lattice, now synonymous with romance, was once the center of heated debate. Gustave Eiffel, the visionary engineer behind the project, faced immense opposition. Parisians were deeply divided. Some saw the tower as a modern marvel, a beacon of progress in the age of industry. Writers, artists, and intellectuals penned scathing critiques, calling it a ghastly dream and a monstrous iron skeleton. By the time the tower was completed in 1889, it had won over many of its critics. Eiffel Tower quickly became a symbol of modernity and artistic achievement. The Hindenburg disaster, 1937. On May 6, 1937, a terrible accident occurred in Lakehurst, New Jersey. The Hindenburg, a huge airship, caught fire while landing. This photo shows the exact moment the big airship caught fire, changing an amazing sight into a huge flame. People watched in horror as the airship burned. Its beauty turned to destruction. Those on the ground ran and screamed, unable to help. The Hindenburg disaster, captured in such shocking detail, marked the end of the airship era. It reminds us that progress and tragedy can be close. This photo captures a moment when dreams of progress met with human error. It's a reminder that even the greatest achievements can go wrong. Albert Einstein's desk after his death, 1955. April 18, 1955, marked the end of an era as the world bid farewell to Albert Einstein. This poignant photo, taken on the day of his death, captures his cluttered desk, frozen in time. Stacks of papers, open books, and scattered notes hint at a mind forever in pursuit of knowledge. Einstein's desk is more than just a workspace. It's a reflection of his relentless curiosity and tireless dedication to unraveling the mysteries of the universe. Each document and scribble tells a story of questions pondered and ideas explored. As we gaze upon this scene, we are reminded of Einstein's enduring legacy. His quest for understanding did not cease with his passing. It continues to inspire future generations. The last known Tasmanian tiger, 1933. In 1933, a sad photo was taken at a zoo in Tasmania. It showed the last Tasmanian tiger, an animal with stripes on its back. Once, these animals roamed free, but people hunted them almost to extinction. This haunting photo captures the last known Tasmanian tiger, or thylacine, at the Beaumaris Zoo in Hobart, Tasmania, a reminder of how humans hurt the natural world. People thought the tigers were a threat, so they hunted them. The tigers' homes were also destroyed, and they got sick. Habitat destruction and disease further hastened its decline. This photo is a warning. It tells us to think about how we treat nature and to protect endangered animals before they disappear forever. We must act now to save them. Migrant mother during the Great Depression, 1936. In 1936, a famous photo was taken during the Great Depression. It shows a mother, Florence Owens Thompson, with her children. They were struggling to survive. The photo tells a story of hardship and hope. Florence and her family were migrant workers who traveled across America looking for work. They had just lost their jobs and were living in a makeshift camp. The photo shows Florence's worry and her children's dependence on her. It also shows her determination to keep them safe. This photo is important because it shows the struggles of many people during the Great Depression. It reminds us of the strength and resilience people find in difficult times. The photo helped get aid to struggling families and remains a powerful reminder of the impact of the Great Depression. The first flight by the Wright brothers, 1903. In 1903, the Wright brothers made history by flying the first powered aircraft. This photo shows their plane, the Wright Flyer, taking off from the sand in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Orville and Wilbur Wright had spent years experimenting with gliders and engines, driven by a dream to conquer the skies. On December 17th, Orville flew the plane for 12 seconds, covering 120 feet. This modest beginning marked the birth of aviation. The photo shows the simple plane, its wings and engine. Wilbur runs alongside, supporting the wing. The brothers' success was the result of countless trials and errors, meticulous planning, and a relentless pursuit of innovation. Their achievement inspired others to pursue innovation and big dreams. The Wright brothers' legacy continues to inspire us today, reminding us of the power of perseverance and innovation. Times Square on VE Day, 1945. On May 8, 1945, Times Square in New York City erupted in celebration as people learned that World War II in Europe had ended. In this historic photo, you can see the sheer jubilation that filled the streets. Crowds of people, young and old, gathered in Times Square, their faces reflecting a mix of relief, joy, and hope. Soldiers in uniform embraced strangers, sharing in the collective euphoria of the moment. Confetti rained down from the buildings, and spontaneous parades erupted as everyone celebrated the end of the war in Europe. After years of worry and sadness, people could finally look forward to reuniting with loved ones and rebuilding their lives. This photo is a powerful reminder of the strength and spirit of those who lived through World War II. It shows the joy of freedom and the power of unity in the face of hardship. Elvis Presley in the Army, 1958. In 1958, Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, traded his stage outfits for a military uniform. This photo shows Elvis during his Army service, a moment that bridged the gap between celebrity and duty. Despite being at the height of his career, Elvis embraced his role with dedication, entering basic training at Fort Hood and later serving in Germany. He performed duties like any other soldier, earning respect from his peers and superiors. This image reveals a humble and disciplined side of Elvis, showing his willingness to fulfill his obligations despite his fame. During his service, Elvis connected with fans, writing letters and recording songs. His time in the Army shaped his perspective, and he returned to music with a renewed sense of purpose. This photo is more than just a glimpse into Elvis's life. It's a powerful reminder that behind the glitz and glamour of celebrity, there are real people with real responsibilities. And even icons can honor their call to serve. The Moon Landing, 1969. In the summer of 1969, humanity achieved a feat once thought impossible: landing on the moon. This iconic photo shows Neil Armstrong, the first person to set foot on lunar soil. It's more than a milestone in space exploration. It symbolizes human achievement in the spirit of exploration. Armstrong's famous words, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," marked a milestone in space exploration. The image of Armstrong in his spacesuit with the American flag beside him represents years of innovation and ambition. The achievement of the Apollo 11 mission was not just a victory for the United States, but for all of humanity, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. The photo remains a powerful reminder of our capacity for exploration and inspires future generations to reach for the stars. It represents the boundless possibilities of science and the enduring human spirit that continues to explore new frontiers. The Beatles crossing Abbey Road, 1969. In the summer of 1969, on a quiet street in London, 4 young men stepped onto a zebra crossing outside Abbey Road Studios. Little did they know, this simple act would become one of the most iconic images in music history. Photographer Ian McMillan captured their individuality and camaraderie, symbolizing their impact on music and culture. Each band member's stride and posture told a story: John's laid-back attitude, Paul's leadership, George's introspection, and Ringo's reliability. The Abbey Road album was a masterpiece, blending rock, pop, and experimental sounds that defined an era. The crossing became a pilgrimage site for music lovers, and the image remains a timeless reminder of the band's legacy and the power of their music. The Beatles' influence on fashion, art, and societal norms continues to inspire new generations, cementing their place in history as one of the most iconic and enduring bands of all time. The Berlin Wall coming down, 1989. In 1989, the Berlin Wall, a barrier that had divided East and West Berlin since 1961, began to crumble. This iconic photo captures the joy and euphoria of East and West Berliners reunited after decades apart. For years, the Berlin Wall had been a physical and ideological divide, had separated families, friends, and communities, enforcing the Cold War's grip on Europe. But on November 9th, East German authorities lifted travel restrictions, and crowds gathered, armed with hammers and hope. They chipped away at the barrier, their cheers echoing through the streets. The image shows people embracing, tears of joy streaming down their faces, symbolizing the triumph of the human spirit over division. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked the beginning of the end of the Cold War and paved the way for German reunification. This photo remains a powerful testament to the human desire for freedom and unity. Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech, 1963. In 1963, a crowd gathered at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. to hear Martin Luther King Jr.'s iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. The photo shows King standing in front of the reflecting pool and the Washington Monument. His words echoed with passion and conviction, resonating far beyond the crowd that day. It was a call to end racial segregation and discrimination, a plea for unity and brotherhood among all Americans. His words resonated far beyond the crowd, envisioning a future where people would be judged by their character, not skin color. The speech was a declaration of humanity's potential for greatness, showcasing King's unwavering belief in peaceful protest and nonviolent resistance. The photograph encapsulates the courage and resilience of those who march for justice, serving as a timeless beacon of hope in the struggle for equality and freedom. King's speech remains a powerful reminder of the enduring human spirit, inspiring generations to continue fighting for a better future. The first Woodstock Festival, 1969. In 1969, Woodstock Festival united thousands on a dairy farm in Bethel, New York, against a backdrop of turmoil. This photo captures the essence of the event: a sea of young faces sharing food, stories, and music under the banner of counterculture and anti-establishment values. Legendary artists like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin performed, their music becoming the soundtrack of a generation. Woodstock was a cultural revolution, offering a temporary haven of harmony and acceptance amid chaos. The iconic image of crowds dancing in the mud, adorned with flowers and peace signs, symbolizes unity and camaraderie. Despite challenges, the festival's message resonated far beyond its 3-day duration, leaving an indelible mark on history. It remains a testament to the power of music and collective action, inspiring future generations to strive for peace and unity. These iconic moments in history continue to inspire and educate us today. Join us at Timeless Frames, Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to explore the past. Thank you.